Just because I annoyed my husband's first love, I was sent to a desert island. Reflections 1,000 miles away. It is known as a desert island, simply because the island is cut off from the world. It's not humans who live on desert islands, but the beast. It's just because my husband instructed them, teach me well. So from the first day I set foot on this island, I became the lowliest slave on the island. He was beaten and scolded during the day and humiliated at night. Chef, ants complained. My hands and feet are slow and free to whip me. The drinking companion accused me of being too restrained, able to wear my clothes naked, throw me in front of the guests. Who's going to play? Let them enjoy themselves. Even the lowest level janitors. Free access to my room. In the middle of the night. Violate me at will. Until today. The guards of the desert island broke into my room. Suddenly, I numbly began to undress. But he suddenly shouted, "Mr. Julian is here to pick you up. You can go now." I was taken aback. 3 years later, he finally remembered me. But what's the use? I haven't recovered from the guard's words yet. As he approached and leaned into my ear. Speak harshly. When you go back, be careful with your mouth. The people of this island are powerful and influential. And you wouldn't want everyone to know what kind of life you live. The last 3 years. Would you like to? Don't say anything you shouldn't. It's good for everyone. I lowered my head and did not dare to speak. His worries were really unwarranted. What can I say now? I lowered my head and followed the guard to the shore. Don't even dare to raise my gaze. Take a look at your surroundings. A strange and familiar voice rang in my ears. What? Have you been silent all these years? Olive, you're not going to talk to me. Or do you resent me for throwing you here? The person who spoke was my husband Julian. Anger was heard in his voice. I hurriedly began to explain. Mr. Julian. No, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. It was my own mistake. Thank you for coming to pick me up, Mr. Julian. Seeing Julian's expression grow grim, my voice grew softer and softer. He moved his lips, but in the end said nothing. Turn around and board the cruise ship. I hurried to keep up with him. I'm afraid if I'm delaying even a second, he will leave me in this place. After boarding the cruise ship, I stood cautiously to the side. Don't even dare to sit down. Julian didn't seem too lazy to talk to me. He leaned back on the couch with his eyes closed, resting. That's when I dared to sneak a peek at him. Julian is my husband. I've loved it for 20 years. 5 years of marriage. We've known each other since childhood. Just as our grandfather arranged our engagement. I've been following him for as long as I can remember. Chattering as his little buddy. Since childhood. I'm sure we're destined to get married. I think he felt the same way. 5 years ago, a car accident took my parents away. Bring good luck and comfort. Julian's grandfather arranged for us to get married. That was after we got married. I learned that Julian has a beloved girlfriend. It's named Luna. But they broke up. Because my grandfather arranged for me to be his bride. Julian has hated me very much ever since. 3 years ago, because of a disgruntled word from Stella, he threw me on this desert island, claiming that this is to make me reflect on myself. The thought of this stung my eyes and I almost burst into tears. I don't know how long it's been, but the cruise ship eventually docked slowly. The driver, Shelley, was waiting on the shore. As soon as he saw us, Shelley opened the back door of the car. Wait for us to come in. Julian ignored me and got into the car. Under the watchful eye of Shaolin, I stood there in a daze, not moving for a long time. Well, sit with Mr. Julian. Isn't that a violation of the rules? Hearing my words, Julian finally couldn't help it. No more getting out of the car and kicking me hard. You think I'm giving you face. If you're angry, take it out. If you have something to say, say it. Why are you such a pathetic move? You've sulked like this all the way. Has anyone wronged you? Ignoring the severe pain in my body, I quickly stood up and bowed to Julian repeatedly. Apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mr. Julian, please don't be upset. I'm getting in the car right now. Please don't be mad at me. It's my fault. It's my fault. Julian glared at me fiercely and he got into the car. I'm afraid he's angry again. I hurried in with him. Julian, aren't you the one who wants me? Travel to a desert island. How is it performing? Now I've learned my lesson. Why are you unhappy again? Shelley drove all the way home. As soon as I got home, Stella's sweet voice reached my ears. Oh, Oliver is back. It's been a long time since I saw Olives. Why do you look so unkempt? Julian, you really should bring Olives some decent clothes. It took so far to pick her up. If anyone else sees this, they may think that you are abusing your wife. When she spoke, Stella naturally connected her arm to Julian's. She wears a silk nightgown. Her hair was tied up haphazardly. She didn't wear makeup on her face. Compared to me, she looks more like the mistress of the house. I looked down at myself. When I was thrown on a desert island, Julian didn't have anything ready for me. The last 3 years, I've always been wearing clothes that other people have discarded. Now I look worse than a beggar on the street. Seeing that I didn't speak, Julian's angry voice rang out again. Olive, are you addicted? Luna is talking to you. Are you mute or deaf? You think you're still the young lady of the Tong family. When he speaks, he raised his hand as if ready to hit me. Stress response over the past 3 years. I had no control over my body at all. I slammed to the ground, trembling as you lay there. I was wrong. I was wrong. I know I was wrong. Don't hit me. I don't dare anymore. I beg you, don't hit me. Don't hit me. I thought, just admit your mistakes. Julian will let me go. After all, it's always been like this. 3 years on a desert island. As long as I get down on my knees and beg for mercy, they will stand aside and laugh. They won't hit me anymore. But Julian is different from them. My actions seemed to make him even angrier. He suddenly took a step forward. Then, they pulled me up from the ground. Olive, you don't understand what I'm saying, do you? Damn it. I told you to stop pretending. Why are you committing such a pathetic act? Haven't seen you for 3 years. You're still so disgusting. Before I have a chance to say anything, Stella stepped forward to stop him. Julian, be a little gentle. Don't be so rude. You just don't understand how women feel. You haven't been back in years. Olive, definitely hope you can show some sympathy for her. Besides, I said I wanted to go back. And you insisted that I stay here. Oliver must be upset about this. Julian let go of me, sneering as she spoke. What the hell is she? How dare she compare to you? If it weren't for her back then, my wife's place was originally yours. She still has the guts to compete with you. And jealousy. Over the years, she doesn't seem to have learned her lesson. I don't dare to listen to it anymore. I'm afraid he'll send me back to that desert island. Maybe it's my obedience. Mannerisms that make Luna happy. Or maybe Julian's preference made her happy. Stella waved her hand benevolently. Well, Julian, it's not worth being mad at her. She's tired from all the way, so let her rest. Otherwise, she may get in the way of you coming here. Make everyone unhappy. After a while, I was seen lying in place motionless. Julian is throwing a tantrum again. But Stella smiled softly and spoke again. Look at my carelessness. I was really busy to the point of confusion. I haven't been back in years. And Olives. Maybe even where she should live. How about we make do today? And stay in this room on the first floor. I'll make other arrangements in a few days. I felt a tension in my heart. This is my home. Julian is my husband. But my husband stood next to someone else. At my house, there is no room for me. Lying on the soft bed, I still hadn't come back to my senses. 3 years on a desert island. Because of Julian's special care. I'm the lowest-ranked island slave. The whole island. The food went bad. The bed is the simplest plank. After being violently humiliated once, the small wooden bed collapsed. Since that day, I have slept on the hard concrete floor. It's been a long time since I've slept in a regular bed. I almost forgot about a bed. Can be so soft and warm place. As I thought, a sudden wave of nausea came up my throat. I sensed something was coming. Then quickly get up and go to the bathroom. After all, the quilt and sheets on this bed. It was so snow white and clean. Julian would be angry if they got dirty. I didn't make it in time. As soon as I arrived at the bathroom door, my legs went limp and I collapsed to the ground. The nausea I've been holding back, coming up my throat. I couldn't take it anymore. Suddenly spit out a mouthful of blood. The fall was too loud. The babysitter pushed open the door to the guest room. Follow the sound. She opened the door. She was stunned by the scene in the room. Hurriedly stepped forward and helped me up. Ma'am, what's wrong? Madam, why are you coughing up blood? Do you feel unwell? We need to get to the hospital as soon as possible. Mr. Chio had just hung out with Luna. Yes, my name is Xiaoli. I want to stop. But at the end of the day, I didn't have any strength at all. With my eyes closed, I lost consciousness. When I woke up again, I was in the hospital and only Xiaoli was by my side. Seeing that I was awake, he hurried out and called the doctor. The doctor looked at me with a heavy expression. Do you understand your condition? Listening to the doctor's words, I felt a little dazed. You know, I should have known. After all, from about half a year ago, my body often starts to ache for no reason. Vomiting blood has become a daily phenomenon. But they probably don't know either. After all, in a place like a desert island, who cares about the life and death of a lowly person? Island slaves like me. So even if there is a private doctor on the island, I am not eligible to see a doctor, seeing that I haven't spoken for a long time. The doctor looked at Xiaoli. Who are you? To the patient. She's not in great shape. We need to explain the details to her family. Please come with me to the office first. I raised my hand to stop the doctor's movements. He's not my family, and I don't have family. I know my body very well. This is not the first time this has happened. So, if you have something to say, just let me know. Doctor, I can handle it. Hearing this, the doctor sighed and said softly, your organ failure is quite severe. You've probably experienced a lot of pain. You can't sleep during this time, right? Coughing up blood is also a sign of organ failure. Your body has been in pain for too long. If only you had come earlier. I directly interrupted the doctor. Doctor, please tell me how long I can live. I can handle it. In the face of my indifference, the doctor was surprised, but still answered my question. Your heart failure is the most severe. It is also the most irreversible. Your current condition. He hesitated for a moment, then whispered. A month after the doctor left, Shelley had a reluctant look on his face. Ma'am, the doctor just told me. You have a lot of trauma. We also need to discuss your health condition. These things should still be told to Mr. Julian. Shelley is Julian's chauffeur. He's been following Julian ever since I was sent to a desert island. So Shelley knew these things all along. Between me and Julian. I shook my head, trying to grin. Shelley, I've never treated you badly before. This time, please do me a favor. Let's not mention what happened today. Let's pretend we've never been in this hospital. In the last month, I want to spend my time well. Please help me. Tossing and turning all night. It was already noon the next day. When I left the hospital, the doctor urged me to go to the hospital. But I refused. After all, there is only 1 month left. Why should I lock myself up in a dark, sunless hospital? When I was sent home by Shelley, I saw Julian and Stella sitting straight on the couch, in the middle of the living room. The air pressure in the living room is extremely low, and the pent-up anger on Julian's face makes my heart beat faster. Shelley, you feel bold right now, don't you? Whose driver are you? I can't see you first thing in the morning. If you don't want to do it anymore, say it sooner. Is it because I've been too nice to you? So you can't tell. Big and small kings. Julian's words seemed to be directed at Shelley, but actually, they were directed at me. I can accept Julian's punishment, but I can't let the people around me get involved. Although I was terrified from the inside, I still restrained my trembling body. Then speak with a tremble. Don't blame him. It's me. I had some trouble last night and asked him for help. So Shirley went out with me. Please don't be upset, Mr. Julian. It won't happen again. Julian's expression grew grim. My voice grew softer and softer. Della's charming voice rang out. At the right moment. It seems that Oliver is too lonely. Spent the past 3 years on this desert island. The lonely man and woman didn't come back all night. Is Oliver really that anxious? We had just left, and the two of you went out right after. It's hard not to overthink it. Shelley agreed to help me keep the matter a secret. So he didn't say a word to defend it. Just standing beside me with a pale face. Julian's expression grew grim. And memories of the past 3 years, welling up in my mind. I fell to my knees with a thud. I crawled trembling and clung to Julian's calves. Mr. Julian, please don't be upset. Please don't get angry. It's my fault. It's all my fault. I don't dare anymore. I won't be going out again. I didn't dare to go out again. Before Julian. Say anything. Stella scoffed, echoing again. It seems that Shelley is really Oliver's lover, hee. Was he so afraid that Julian blamed Shelley? He literally got down to Julian. For Shelley? Olive, you shouldn't do that. At least you're still Julian's titular wife. Stella's every word infuriated him. Julian couldn't take it anymore. Kicked me hard with his foot. Since being rescued from a desert island yesterday, I barely had a break. And has been tossed until now. My body has long since lost all strength. Julian's kick seems to have been driven out of frustration. Use all his strength. I was kicked to the side with a lot of force. And my lower back. Slam at the edge of the couch. The sudden, severe pain made it impossible for me to stand up. I could only curl up on the ground, constantly muttering to himself. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Julian still seems upset. And wanted to say something to me. At that moment, the nanny Wang Ma. Suddenly he rushed out and stood in front of me. Please calm down, sir. You are mistaken, ma'am. Last night, my wife got sick and coughed up a lot of blood. You're all out. And I really had no choice but to call Shelley. The teacher can't fight anymore. If he did, someone would die. Wang Ma finished speaking. Julian said. Her face froze and she coughed up blood. I'm worried that Julian will get suspicious. So I endured excruciating pain. And began to explain. I had a cold, a bit of a fever and dizziness. Yesterday, I bit my tongue and started bleeding when I fell. Not what you think. Wang Ma came in when he heard me fall. She was mistaken. Maybe it's my delusion. But Julian breathed a sigh of relief. After listening to me, Stella stepped forward and grabbed Julian's wrist. Olives, really? Why didn't you say something earlier? If there is a misunderstanding. We care about you too. You've just returned. What if something happens again? Oliver shouldn't mind, right? I didn't say a word, just shook my head slightly. A dying person, what else can they care about? Julian. I'm dying. You should be very happy, right? A few days later, I was resting in my room when Julian barged in. He threw a skirt onto my bed. There was impatience in his tone. Tomorrow is Grandpa's 80th birthday. You should come with me. Go try on some clothes and see if they fit. If they don't, tell Aunt Wang. Tomorrow is a big day. So, put away your half-dead eyes and cheer up. Looking at the backless mermaid dress on the bed, I was taken aback. 3 years on a desert island. My body was already covered in scars. No piece of good skin is made. It is impossible to wear such revealing clothes. Do you really have to go? I haven't recovered from the cold yet, and it's not good to infect Grandpa. How about you let Luna go with you? Hear me say that. The last bit of Julian's patience ran out. He grabbed my chin and interrupted me. I'm not discussing this with you. I inform you. Do you think you came out of that hell for no reason? It's for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Grandpa's big day. He hasn't seen you in 3 years. I can't keep this secret any longer. Hearing this, I finally understood why. He went to a desert island. Come pick me up. Our grandfathers were close friends. Together, they built their own business empires. In those turbulent times, they always wanted to be the law. But both grandfathers had only sons. Therefore, the engagement was passed on to our generation. Seeing Julian angry, I lowered my head. Please don't be upset, Mr. Julian. I understood. Tomorrow I will arrive on time. The birthday party came as scheduled. I followed Xiaoli's car. to the old home of the Chow family. Today, all the guests are from famous families, from within the circle. After all, today is Mr. Chow's 80th birthday. The Chow family is holding a grand celebration. Before getting off the bus, I carefully adjusted my long-sleeved gown. Make sure the scar not visible on my body. After Julian left yesterday, I used a cold as an excuse to have Aunt Wong help me change into a long dress. He got out of the car. Grandpa Chow walked over happily on crutches. Olive, you're finally back. That kid Julian always said, you're abroad, so I won't take you to see me. Grandpa made you want to die. You're going to have to come and visit this old man. I took Grandpa Chow's arm and nodded obediently. Julian was there for me. Seemed happy with my performance. There was no angry expression on his face. That would scare me. Throughout the banquet, I gracefully followed behind Grandpa Zhao and Julian. Have casual conversations. With the arrival of the guests, these 3 years on a desert island, in addition to being beaten and scolded, the best thing I've learned is how to win everyone's favor and respond appropriately to every nobleman of noble birth. Luckily, nothing went wrong all night. I breathed a sigh of relief in my heart. Shortly before the end of the banquet, a familiar cramp suddenly grabbed my abdomen. I pressed hard against my stomach, trying to alleviate the pain, but it's useless. Julian noticed that something was wrong with me. Pretend to be link arms. He pulled me closer and gritted his teeth to speak. Even if you hate me to the core, you'd better keep pretending. Well, the banquet is coming to an end, and you'd better not make any mistakes. Otherwise, I'll turn your life into hell on earth. Hear Julian's bad words. I struggled to control the tremors in my body, from fear and sharp pain in the abdomen. Force yourself to be strong, and continue to stand at the door. See off the guests. After about an hour, the banquet finally ended. I have been enduring unbearable pain. My clothes were already soaked in cold sweat. When I got in the car, I immediately collapsed in the back seat, drained completely, leaving only heavy breasts. My presence infuriated Julian. He grabbed me by the hair and forced me to look him in the eye. Olive, don't you really want to be with me? Just within. Aren't you having a great time? Chat with other people. Why is it okay for others I can't? I was so scared that he would do something extreme again. I quickly choked on my words and begged for forgiveness. No, Mr. Julian, you misunderstood. My cold hasn't recovered yet. I forgot to bring my medicine today. I don't feel well. It's really not because of you, Mr. Julian. Please let me go. Please let me go. I thought begging for mercy would make him let me go. But to my surprise, my words only angered him further. The hand that grabbed my hair tensed in pain. Once again, I couldn't hold back my crying in pain. At the same time, his voice rang out. Oliver, did I tell you how much? I hate your pretentious mannerisms. You are not feeling well. Why don't you say you're uncomfortable? Song, now you're married to me, and received the position of lady. Chow, you're not feeling well. Until we got home. Julian's anger showed no signs of abating. He grabbed me by the hair and pulled me out of the car. Shelley tries to stop Julian's actions, but I looked at him and silenced him. Julian saw the glances we exchanged, and forcefully, he dragged me into the pantry. Then he slammed me to the floor. Stella was right. A woman like you simply doesn't have a heart. You've been living on that desert island past few years. You're not. Just look at your seductive appearance. It makes me sick. Olive, why aren't you dead yet? After saying these words, Julian slammed the pantry door shut. My world fell into complete silence. Although the severe pain in my body has not lessened, I breathed a heavy sigh of relief. I was lying on the cold ground. My vision is getting blurrier. A few days later, I saw young Julian. We first met when I was 4 years old. Julian came to my house with Uncle Joe. At that time, I was spoiled by my parents. I don't know the height, heaven, or the depths of the earth. I want the stars, but not the moon. But there was only one thing that my mom would never be able to satisfy. It's candy. Children love candy, but I love it. So I've always had tooth decay. My mom never let me eat more. I hid alone in the garden that day, secretly shed tears. 6-year-old Julian, after knowing why, sneak into the house. Then it appeared in front of me again. After a while, served with 2 large white rabbit toffee, lying quietly in the palm of my outstretched hand. On that day, Uncle Joe said jokingly, "The elderly in the family. It's been said for a long time. He wanted to arrange an engagement between our 2 families. But I and Dawn are both big shots. It seems that Oliver and Julian are a good pair. How about we arrange an engagement for these 2 children?" I can't understand it. So I looked up at my mom in a daze. She smiled and took me in her arms. Pointing at Julian, he asked, "Oliver, do you like brother Julian?" The meaning of childhood engagement is, in the future, Oliver and Julian will be like father and mother, never separate. What do you think? I followed my mother's finger as I recalled the 2 white rabbit toffees just now. If only I could be with this little brother. Can I eat sweet candy all the time? Thinking of this, I nodded vigorously. From that day on, I became Julian's little shadow. Elementary, middle, high, and university. We were barely apart. Time flies. The little boy I've seen. The night has grown a lot. Time really flies, my kid. In the long years, you end up falling in love with another girl. I remembered what Julian had just said through gritted teeth. "Olive, why aren't you dead yet?" Julian, "Don't worry, I'll be dead soon." During that time in the pantry, I've been in a daze. Severe pain in my body occasionally. Wake me up. But once this pain subsides, I'll fall back into my slumber. I don't know how long it's been. When I thought I was going to die in this pantry, the door opened. Julian stood in the doorway, backlit, looking down at me. "You've been lazy for 2 days. Pretending to be a half-old dad. Object. Get out of bed. Grandpa asked us to go to the old house for dinner." "Olive, are you deaf? I'm talking to you." I really want to answer. But after 2 whole days without food and water, I really don't have the strength to speak. Julian stepped up and kicked me. "What are you pretending? This place is 1,000 times better than a desert island. Right? Who are you trying to fool? Now get up, Oliver. You'd better not test my patience." I paused for a moment. With the last bit of strength I tried to speak. But as soon as I spoke, "Viscous liquid. It has a strong metallic taste." It started dripping down my chin. I was a little surprised, then lowered my head. Along the direction of the flow of the liquid shines brightly. The little red flower on my chest. Very vivid. "Olive." Julian's voice exploded in my ears. I followed the sound and looked up. There was not a hint of the previous arrogance on his face. On the contrary, it is filled with pure panic. Julian was worried about me. Of course not. He must have thought I was dead. He couldn't explain it to his grandfather. Or maybe he just thinks I'm out of luck. I defiled his home. Before I had time to think about it, my body suddenly suspended in midair, then fell into a warm embrace. Then I understood. Julian's panic just now was also fake. I'm dreaming right now. I tried to open my eyes and smile. Wanted to see Julian clearly in a dream. "Don't worry, Julian. I won't bother you anymore. I'm dying." I woke up again in the hospital. Julian sat on the edge of my bed. His eyes were red and puffy, as if he had been crying. I finally realized that it wasn't a dream. It's really Julian. See the way he looks. He should already know about me. When he saw me wake up, he said in a hoarse voice, "Why didn't you say anything? Olive, what the hell do you think of me? Maybe I'm dying." Hear his words. There are no waves in my heart. There's even a slight urge to laugh. "Julian, don't you think it's ridiculous to ask me this question? Right now, what do you think of me?" A fleeting dream from my youth. I've had the delusion I've had all my life. But now I don't want it anymore. I don't want anything. Julian's lips moved, and he hesitated for a long time. But in the end, he didn't say another word. I don't know if it's or not. Because my body is weak. Or if the 4 liquids have a sedative effect. My head felt heavy. As soon as I closed my eyes, I fell asleep again. I sighed deeply before closing my eyes. "Isn't it as you wish?" You pretend to be so affectionate. I was woken up by a sobbing sound. In the dark, I felt someone holding my hand. Their foreheads pressed against the back of my hand. I didn't make a sound. He didn't realize I was awake. In the silent ward, his sobs grew clearer and clearer. I finally recognized who he was. Julian. Maybe it's because I don't think I'm going to wake up. He talks freely about what he wants to say. Oliver, it's not that I don't love you. I just can't take it. I'm tired of living by the rules. I'm tired of having to follow their arrangement. Applies to everything. Even if it is a marriage, it must be decided by them. But obviously there are a lot of things I can resist. So why did I choose to resist you? I sighed softly inwardly. What else could it be? Because you know very well that I love you. No matter how much you push me away, I won't leave you. So you take advantage of my love for you. Hurt me without restraint. Julian choked up as she spoke. You've changed since you came back. I will never see the light in your eyes again. My reflection is gone. Olive, why do you have to leave me too? You promised to stay with me for the rest of my life. So, how have you changed after just 3 years? My closed eyelashes trembled. Why will it change? Because it hurts so much to love you. Birthday 2 years ago. I'm so hungry. I snuck into the kitchen on a desert island. Stealing to eat. My hand was forcibly inserted into the boiling water. Hot water when I serve wine to nobles. Just because I glanced at them for a while for too long. My clothes were stripped naked. Thrown in the middle of the ballroom, soaking wet. Wine, beer and liquor are everywhere. Just because I refused. Elderly man cleaning toilet. From climbing into my bed. Midnight. I was whipped for half an hour. My wound is inflamed. I had a high fever and I couldn't get it down. Nearly killed me. Julian, you say, why have I changed? I was reminiscing about this time, suddenly. His tears began to fall in large drops. Put it on the back of my hand. His tears were so hot. It felt like they had burned a big hole in my hand. Will you never forgive me again? Do you really want me? Well, intolerance. Don't want it anymore. Oliver, I really know I was wrong. You've been with me all the time. Please don't leave me. Well, I won't stay any longer. I want to leave. Olive, we obviously have a lot of time. Why can't you wait for me a little longer? Didn't you say you'd always wait for me? He asked a question, which I answered silently in my mind. But his last sentence suddenly stunned me. He's right. I once said that I would always wait for him. After the death of a parent, Grandpa Chow regretted that I didn't have a home. So he forced Julian to marry me earlier. At that time, Julian was particularly rebellious. He even caused a riot in front of me. Olive, do you really want to marry me? Are you really willing to be a victim of this family alliance? Don't you live without your own dreams? I don't love you. Even if you marry me, I still won't love you. How did I answer then? When I gently wiped down the commemorative photo of my parents, I pondered Julian's question. The life I want to live. My life has always been just my dad, my mom, and Julian. Because I don't remember clearly. I knew I would be Julian's wife. I love him, even when he pushes me away again and again. Now, I don't have my parents anymore. I only have Julian. At that moment, I looked up at Julian in front of me. My voice was soft and firm. Julian, you know what? I've been chasing you all these years. What I do best is waiting. As long as it's you, I can wait forever. 100 by 1,000 times. No matter how long I have to wait, I'm willing to wait. Come to think of it. Tears rolled down the corners of my eyes. Fell into my hair. Julian, I broke my promise. I don't wait any longer. In the days that followed, Julian was with the ward every day. He tried all sorts of things to make me happy. Show me many travel videos. From online travel bloggers. Olive, when you're ready, let's stop here. Didn't you say you wanted to see the aurora? Let's start with Aurora. We haven't gone on our honeymoon yet. When you get better, I'll make it up to you. The guards were stuffy. The doctor wouldn't let me go out. He'll bring me some fun gadgets. Olive, you see, this rabbit is an intelligent robot. If you talk to it, it will respond to you. Aren't you the one who loves jigsaw puzzles the most? Let's put this together. I'll take it home and frame it. And hung in the living room. Olive, when I pass by the florist today, roses are in full bloom. Do you like them? He even cooked for me himself. Come up with different ways to prepare meals. Every day, even though I can barely eat a few bites. I'm not good at cooking. Even Wang Ma thinks I'm clumsy. Don't you like soup? But you can't drink soup right now. Try this mushroom cream soup. When you get better, I'll take you to that restaurant you've ever loved the most. During this time, I slept more and more. But whenever I'm awake, Julian is always there. Even if I completely ignore him, he can still talk to himself for a long time. But I don't want to hear it anymore. I softly interrupted Julian's chatter. Julian, I wouldn't be any better. As soon as I say this, Julian's movements stopped suddenly. There was an eerie silence in the ward. His eyes were red from holding back. It was as if he was desperately trying to suppress his tears. But he failed. I could clearly see his tears falling in large drops. Until he finally couldn't speak because of crying. Oliver, you're not going to forgive me, are you? I'm a jerk. It's normal for you not to forgive me. I feel like I'm a jerk too. But Olive, I beg you, please get better. Will you get better? Seeing him like this, I suddenly felt extremely tired. So I closed my eyes. Julian, you're good to go. I want to sleep for a while. When I woke up again, Julian was not in the ward. Only Wang Ma is bustling. I turned my head to look out the window. The sun is just right. Maybe it's the weather. But I suddenly felt energized. Mom, Wang, can you help me call Xiao Li? I want to go somewhere. Wang Ma hesitated for a moment. But in the end, I was granted my request. After I got up, Wang Ma carefully helped me change my clothes. When she stroked the scars on my body, her eyes were red from pain. Madam, your current condition is not suitable for going out. Maybe it would be better to skip it. I smiled and obediently let Wang Ma go. Put the hat on my head. Wang Ma, I really felt great today. I'm afraid that Wang Ma won't believe me. I spun around as I spoke. Don't worry, Wang Ma. I feel better than ever. Because the weather is nice today. I want to visit my parents. I turned around and saw the king. Suddenly covered her mouth. Tears flowed down her face. I suddenly realized something. But I didn't say anything more. I just patted Wang Ma's hand gently, then walked out of the ward. I gently placed flowers in front of my parents' graves. Sit cross-legged. I haven't come to see you in 3 years. Are you mad at me? He. No way. Mom and Dad love me the most. They will never be angry with me. It's okay to be angry. I'll see you soon. From now on, I will not leave you again. Bask in warm sunlight. I sat in front of my parents' graves. Babble on about anything that comes to mind. I don't know how long it has been. When the shadow falls in front of me. Olive, it's time. Let's go back. Seeing that I didn't move, Julian's voice was pleading. If you don't like hospitals, let's go home. Oliver, come home with me. I do not know if it's because I've been in the sun for too long, but I felt a little dizzy. Still, I struggled to turn around. Look at the man behind me. Julian, do you think I'm particularly easy to bully? Julian shook her head. I was about to deny it, but I raised my hand and interrupted him. Don't say anything. Let me talk about that. You just think I'm a bully. So when we were young, you took advantage of my feelings for you. Then he pushed me away without restraint. You think I'm a bully. So after we got married, you took advantage of the fact that I don't have parents. No one supported me and sent me to a desert island. You just think I'm a bully. This is true even now. You still won't let me go, and you keep pushing me. Julian slammed to her knees in front of me. His voice was choked and unrecognizable. Oliver, I know I was wrong. I really knew I was wrong. I'm a jerk. It's my fault for not cherishing you. It's all my fault. But Oliver, I beg you. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance. He crouched lower and lower until he lay on the ground, weeping in pain. I beg you, Oliver, you can't leave me. If you're gone, how can I live alone? I put my hand on the back of his head. Whisper, how can you not continue to live? Haven't you had a good time in the past 3 years? But I really don't want to live anymore. There is nothing in this world that I hold dear. Julian, You remember correctly. This was my mistake. Fall in love with you from the start. It was my fault. Julian's body stiffened suddenly. He couldn't say a word anymore. Once again, I ignored him, just trembling and reaching out to him. He seemed to feel something. Raise your head slowly, until he could see what was in the palm of my hand. That's 2 white rabbit toffee. I smiled and looked at him quietly. He was reluctant to lend a helping hand for a long time, only crying harder. I don't have the strength at all. So I gently placed 2 candies on the ground. In front of him, idle. I saw Mom and Dad standing in front of me. I smiled faintly. Someone who truly loves me won't keep me waiting forever. They will always stand at the end of time. Wait for me. Before I closed my eyes, there was only one thought left in my mind. Julian, the candy of my childhood, I'm back to you. In the afterlife. Let's not meet again. I don't want to love you anymore,